Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. I just want to take a look at the short time frame here as we're heading into a new trading week. I hope you had a great weekend. Now we are preparing for a new week and we'll take a look at the key levels. Bitcoin continues to be in a broader sideways range. Generally the tendency is down here, obviously, on Sunday. We have not broken below this previous swing low from the 4th of March yet, but the local trend is down. Described in the last video that as long as we stay below this dotted green line here at 86,695, the local trend is down within a broader range, obviously. We have structural support located here around 81,486. That's the next swing low. I will remove the Fibonacci support area because the price did not care about it. So we have a little bit more space on the chart. Still, though, the various, let's say not the various, but there are, let's say that there are different ways how this triangle pattern that we're tracking could unfold, yeah? So I'm still very much tracking for the potential of a triangle, which would be short-term bearish. And as I mentioned to you, if we break below support on a sustained basis, then I will expect the price to drop down to 75K. The break below support happened. Quick reminder, support is at 82,980. Looks to me like a decisive break. The only thing that could save Bitcoin now is that this is really some kind of a very deep wave 2, which would, however, be invalidated, formally invalidated below 81,486. So it is still possible, obviously, for Bitcoin to avoid another low, but the local trend is down anyway. The local trend is down within a broader range, for which we talked about the relevant levels. And the potential triangle, let's start with that. Let's talk about short-term bearish. The short-term bearish scenario, how would that play out? So short-term bearish scenario has already, I would say, taken over the lead, clearly, given that the price broke below micro support, even though white still technically is valid. That's why we have the red line here, because that's the invalidation point. But again, I can only highlight it again and again until we really get a break. I mean, minimally above this level, 86,695. There isn't even any signal that a local low is in place. What we need for a breakout of the range to the upside is a move, a move above the 6th of March high. Better would be a move above the 2nd of March high. This swing high from 95,200. So the local trend is not clearly up until we break above that level. And very, very locally, smaller time frame, trend is down because we broke below here this kind of weekend low, yeah? So that's what we see. Again, altcoin sector selling off because Bitcoin is having a cough. The altcoins are having a fever, or more. However, this can still be considered an Elliott Wave triangle because in such a triangle, the price is forming lower highs and higher lows. Okay, so that's still the case. So would that be bullish or bearish? Tricky, difficult to say. I'd say it's rather, if it's a triangle, it's probably the yellow count. And in the yellow count, we might see another lower high and then a breakdown. Might very well be that this already broke. How could that happen? D wave here, E wave here. So if you're interested in the micro counts, then this could already be counted as a completed triangle. I would adopt that wave count formally if there's a break below the red line at 81,486. But that's just labeling. What really matters is, do we get a break above one of these green signal lines? And as long as we don't, the trend is down. It seems like it's trending towards 75K next. Is that a bear market? People write me, is it a bear market? Is it a bear market? As I said, as I've been saying for many, many months, until we get a break below 69K, which is the key support level on the daily time frame, there is no evidence really for Bitcoin that Bitcoin breaks its structure. Okay, it's a bit too early to confirm that. However, that downside risk has been highlighted already back in November, end of November, when we hit the 100K area. Okay, so what Bitcoin is doing is not a surprise, because we're only in a larger support area. What I think hurts a lot of people is the altcoin sector, and I fully understand. Yeah, the altcoins they have been weak throughout this cycle. There haven't been any impulsive structures. Okay, that's not true. There have been a few impulsive structures, but most of these are just moving at best in diagonals or in corrections. I mean, for the last few weeks, every Sunday in our member live stream, I get a lot of requests. And typically, we cover around 30, sometimes even 40 coins. Yeah, and in the last few weeks, I mean 3, 4, 5 weeks back, as far as I can remember, it's sort of at least been for the last 5 weeks or so. The chart I've been looking at, they have mainly broken. Most of them broke supports already early in February, end of January. So the live stream request sessions that we normally do, because a lot of our analysis are community driven, right, in the live streams, they've been bearish, right? They haven't been, at least not clearly bullish, and the trends have been down. And when we broke support levels, I mean, that was, I can't remember when it was, I think end of January. There was certainly a signal that we would enter larger corrections across the sector. Now, I don't cover many of these coins that get requested regularly. That's basically in our member live sessions. But even from the ones that I cover, I try to pick like Link, Sui. I try to pick the strongest ones. Yeah. Yeah. What else? There aren't. Solana was still one of the stronger ones, obviously, in this cycle, and they haven't clearly broken support levels yet. Yeah, not the main ones. Many of them haven't. But I would say, I mean, from the ones that I don't cover, again, most of these aren't looking great, and they weren't looking great weeks ago. So Bitcoin, though, is still holding main support. And what we've seen in this cycle, more than in previous cycles, and that's nothing new, we've been talking about that for the last few months anyway, is this discrepancy between different altcoins. I mean, you could call many altcoins are surely in a bear market. They must be. I mean, you see 80% declines, and people still call it a bull market. Bitcoin, in my view, is still in a bullish market. At least the potential is there. But many altcoins never left the bear market, I think. It's just, yeah. But that's, again, nothing new. We talked about that. So always please be aware, because I see the depression comments whenever we have market sentiment like that. Altcoins are really, really, really only for swing trading. They are not for investing. They are not for investing. When a large correction starts, you have to be out. That's when support levels break, or when a larger correction starts. If you trade this for a swing trade, you have to be out, or you're just carrying everything into a bear market or into a large correction. Whereas if you just really trade, and once support levels break, you get out and you're looking for the next entry, it's really just for swing trading, these altcoins, right? I try to educate about that. They are not for long-term holding. If you do, you have to be able to mentally withstand. You have to be able to stomach corrections like that. There shouldn't be a need for, I don't know, depression, bad mood, or if you really keep the losses small, which is just disciplined execution, right? Keep losses small, and then you wait until you get a really good reward to risk ratio again to re-enter. What you shouldn't do, I mean, you can do what you want, but what is not best practice and not recommended, I never recommended that, is that you just buy altcoins and hold them in a bag, right? Because they are just for swing trading. They really are. And Bitcoin is different to me. So I don't even have a problem to carry Bitcoin throughout several cycles, which is why I have a hodl portfolio. Yeah? These drawdowns, I mean, as I just said, it's probably going to go down to 75K. It might do that, it might have just accelerated to the downside to a point where I don't think this one too deserves to be on the chart. So let's remove that. And we're likely going to break now below the Tuesday, 4th of March low. And the next levels to watch are, well, it's 77,859, but 75K is the next here key level really, and also on the larger time frame, it's the next level. So we'll see if the price gets there. Either way, I mean, until we get a break above this green line there that I just mentioned, yeah, at around 86,700, there's no sign of a low. So sorry, it was a bit of a lot of waffling, but again, chart isn't really doing anything that we haven't talked about before, so there isn't really much to talk about structurally. Therefore, I think it's sometimes good just to do some real talk about the situation in the market. So yeah, that's the update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.